Well, I finally got around to watching Squid Game Season 1, so here's my review. And by the way, just a little quick pointer, Season 2's review will be coming out very, very shortly. But for now, we're sticking with reviewing Season 1, so let's get into it. Now, right off the bat, let's talk about the story. The story is very well pasted in this show, definitely with all its horror, gore, and suspense, and beautiful character development with each and every character. And I could mainly see the beautifully done character development within the characters of number 1 and the very last number, who is obviously 168 or 169. Been a little while. But anyway, so these two characters were definitely the most interesting because of their backstories. You know, because the show immediately, first things first, when you click on that episode, it tells you the origins of the Squid Game and what it means, what you do during the game, and how the players have to win or how the players get eliminated. It's just great storytelling, really. But then the old man, number 1, being behind it all, that's just a very shocking and unexpected reveal due to the fact that, of course, he was apparently killed off in an earlier episode. But yeah, it's just very confusing, this entire thing, because it's not really an English show. It's not really an American show. I had to watch it with the voice dub, and the voice dubs were kind of terribly and ill-timing, the voice dubs. But I still found extreme enjoyment in this first season of Squid Game through, of course, like I said, the character developments, the fight scenes, the suspense, the gore, and the characters, really. And the villain is very mysterious, and of course we get his face reveal more than once in this first season, which, practice what you preach, bro. He kills people because they take off their masks, but then he takes off his mask 8 times, revealing that he's the brother of one of the players, before killing his brother, which was one of the players, which is kind of ridiculous and honestly kind of questionable, and that did get rid of one of my favorite characters. But honestly, after the old man faking his death, I was like, no, he's not dead, is he? But the fact that he was kind of incognito throughout the entire first season and then eventually getting caught and killed off, I feel like it's a waste of his character. He could have been used for so much more, definitely. And honestly, the action sequences he's been in with the other characters were very, very well done, and I feel the story for his character was extremely well done. The writers really have to pat them on the back, have to pat themselves on the back for what they have accomplished with this show, especially in this first season. You know, it definitely did start out slow, but we eventually picked it up, and definitely it started moving along very, very well. I do think, yes, that first episode was very slow, and honestly, I was watching it and I was like, should I just click the exit button on Netflix? Because I was honestly not really motivated to keep watching Squid Game because of the awfulness of that first episode, but honestly, eventually I gave it a chance and it delivered. But yeah, he was definitely one of my favorite characters, but like I said, this, early on into the show, it was not easy to get through. I mean, obviously, pilot episodes for shows, those first episodes for shows, no matter what show you have, no matter how much you want to watch it, that first episode is always going to be so slow. And there's so many rare occurrences where the story goes very well with the first episode, and with Squid Game episode 1, it really doesn't. The story is extremely slow. The characters are not at all likable within this first episode. Honestly, this guy is acting like a freaking toddler when talking to his mother, which is ridiculous because I actually really like his character, and that actor, the actor of number 469 or 468, whatever his number was, I actually really like that actor, you know? I can't pronounce his name because I really don't want to pronounce it wrong, but yeah, if you want to know who I'm talking about, just make sure to look at the screen while I'm putting up images of him, because I can't really say these names because they're all in a different, of course, language. I can't really pronounce any of them, but I do really enjoy all these characters in their own ways, you know? Number 120, no, not 120, 222. Number 222 was a very enjoyable character. Her character development was very moving and well done, and her action sequences were definitely well done, and her emotional death towards the end of the first season was very unexpected and honestly kind of unfortunately gruesome. She died getting stabbed in the neck by one of the players and main characters of the show. But yeah, her death was extremely devastating, and how she went out, she was dying and then she got stabbed in the neck. I mean, honestly, she deserved to live. But yeah, 456 really did care about her. You could really tell, definitely. But honestly, I'm excited for what is to come for the side characters for season 2. As of this video coming out, I have not watched season 2 yet. I will definitely be watching season Season 2 very, very shortly, and that is why that review will be also coming out very soon. But back on topic, each and every character in this show was just so well written, so well executed, and the acting is just done to perfection in this television series. And of course, Ji-yoon, that's what I'm gonna call him, Ji-yoon, aka number 456, is definitely my favorite character because I feel like his character development was just better executed than everybody else's, and his acting in particular was very noticeable and very, very well done. And he ultimately made the show very watchable and was probably the only reason I stuck around, because like that first episode was awful and I really did not want to continue, but I was like, oh well, he's in it, so I'm gonna have to, and I'll do a review for him. But besides the point, let's move on to the man in the black mask. The man in the black mask is actually a really damn good character. Like I said, he is the brother of Ji-han, who is another awesome character. But going back to the man in the mask, his mask design was very unique and awesome, and just him like being this mysterious guy killing whoever like disobeyed the rules of fairness really was like, he was cold-blooded, and honestly I really did like that about him. He was a very, very enjoyable character, and the actor did perfectly with him and his line deliveries and everything above that, really. Now next thing's next, of course, his brother Wi-han-jun. But yeah, he was also a really good character. A lot of badass moments he really did get. You know, he got to kill so many soldiers, like so many of the Squid Game people, and definitely it was fun seeing him rampage and try to like really go incognito and like try to blend in with the rest of the guys. That was an interesting story arc right there, you know, really. But yeah, very, very enjoyable stuff with that. Very, very enjoyable. But now I want to talk about really the final battle. The final battle was awesome in everything. It was perfectly acted. The fighting was extremely well done. Just like bringing that like game, the Squid Game, full circle around the first season. Like it started as like a staple to what the Squid Game was, to then like having these two really, really well written and acted characters battle it out in a fight to the death, which almost kind of ended the game until the guy killed himself due to the fact that I don't really know why he did that, but he just did. But yeah, that was an emotional scene, and that really does show the beautiful acting within this television series. Now I want to talk about some of the actual games, with my favorite definitely being Red Light Green Light. The classic. Everybody knows the Red Light Green Light game in Squid Game. That was my favorite part of the series, this first season, because like it was very suspenseful and you had no idea who was gonna live or die. And I could say that with all the traps. You had no idea who was gonna live and who was gonna die. And honestly, some of the people who did die really did surprise me. But also some of the people who lived, aka the old man, also did surprise. I really do wonder how he like faked his death. Very confusing stuff, this show, but it's all very good fun and very enjoyable. And I could just say that for the entirety of this first season, really. I never found a single moment past the first episode that I hated this show. I was like intrigued with the kind of unorthodox story, really, is how I put it. But yeah, it was a very enjoyable show first season for me. I do give it a 10 out of 10. I don't really see any flaws besides that entire first episode. That's the only bad thing I could really do about it, like say about it, really. But that is my review for Squid Game Season 1. See you guys soon with Squid Game Season 2's review.